Hello and welcome back to Ange Organized. Today we are going to be planning the week of July 27th through August the 2nd in the Budget Moms Live Rich Planner. So this is what the week looks like before we get started. So we're going to go ahead and do that here in just a moment. But first I wanted to show you what I've been doing. So I finally decided a way to use the personal finance spread in this planner. So you may or may not know, but the personal finance spread looks like this when it's blank. And for me, using the monthly income and the monthly expenses and the overview just wasn't going to work for me because I use the budget by paycheck workbook. And I like the idea of having my finances live in that workbook because it stays at home. I really don't want to be carrying around how much money my family's making and what we're spending it on as far as like our regular bills and all of that. I'm not really ready to do that at this point. I may never be ready, but that's why I don't want to use this because this planner travels around with me. It sits on my desk at work. It's in my bag. And if someone gets a hold of it, I don't want them to have access to all of my personal stuff. So here's what I'm using this planner for this spread. So I created these, this template here, and I actually put that up in my Etsy shop, which I'll leave a link down below to get to that shop if you want to get these. And I have them in 3 different styles. I have one that looks just like this where it's dated and it has my 7 categories. And then I have one that's just dated and blank so you can fill in your own categories here. And then I have one that's not dated and doesn't have your categories. It's just the headers and you can fill it in for how you want. And you would just print that out on sticker paper and cut it to, cut around the lines which are there. So you'll just cut the lines and then you just stick it right over that and it fits perfectly. Now this is the small Live Rich planner. So this is what I'm doing. So I went back through all my cash envelopes and found out how much money I spent in each one of my categories this week and wrote that down through the week so that I could see how my spending is going. Then over here for the daily spend, I decided to go through my cash envelopes and see how much I'm spending each day. Now my cash envelopes aren't necessarily all cash. Like my gas envelope, that actually lives in my checking account, but it does have a budget. And so I keep an envelope in my wallet so that I write down how much I spend each time I go. And I just keep like a running tab there. My food is cash. My household is cash. My miscellaneous is cash. Funds cash. My pet envelope, right now it lives in my checking account, but I'm not sure what that's going to look like in the future. So right now that's how that is. And shopping it lives in my checking account. It's kind of like a sinking fund, but not really, because I do add to it as I can, and then we use it throughout, as we need it. So shopping envelope is used for things like my Amazon purchases or, just little things that you need to order online or unexpected expenses that aren't really necessities and don't fall into one of these categories to where I need to go get that. So I do keep that envelope just kind of as a fail-safe for me. So this is how I do my cash envelopes. So that's my categories and that's how I break it down. And then over here is what I spent from this each day. And you can see the days that I colored here in the green, I didn't have any spending those days, which isn't very many actually, which was quite surprising. And this section here, I still haven't decided how I want to use that because again, I don't want my debt progress in my personal planner. And then my savings goals, I figured, well, I could maybe use that for the $5 challenge and the monthly challenge savings that we're doing. So I wrote that down, but I'm not sure if that's what's going to happen in August. So we'll see when I close out and find out what those totals are and see how I want to use that. But this is what I'm thinking. I'm liking this here, so I'll probably continue to do that. This I like, so I'll probably continue to do that. And then these 2 sections here, I just haven't decided what I'm going to do with that yet. So now that we've gone over that, let's go ahead and take a look at the current week that we're in. So this week here was the 20th through the 26th. And if you remember, I laid down stickers last week, but forgot to hit the play button on my camera as I was filming. So you missed actually walking through it and just kind of got a voiceover after I laid everything down. Where this week I did push play, so you will get the whole video as I go. So some things that I didn't like last week was this sticker here drove me nuts when I was trying to write in the different things for my checklist for work of what I needed to get done. The workout thing, it's just not happening right now at those specific times. It's not happening every day. And I kind of feel like it's just taking up space using that big of a washi. So I don't plan to do that this week. I didn't write anything in over here. So I'm thinking that because I have this here, I'm not going to do this section here. And I'm not going to block off the chores because it's just not working for me the way that I have it laid right now. I am going to continue to do this block because that is helpful, so that way I know that this is when I'm working on work tasks. So that is how that went. Let's take a look here at the personal planning spread. You can see I didn't refer to this planning spread. I just kind of did the stuff that I needed to do and didn't check it off. So it wasn't very helpful. The meal plan section, I started to write down what I ate, and then after Monday, I was just done. So I didn't write anything else down. So I'm not sure about these two spreads. Maybe it just takes some time getting used to it. I really don't know. So let's go ahead and flip over here to the current week and we'll start working on that. So how are you using your meal planning spreads? Are you actually using your spreads, or are you just kind of not using them, or you don't know what to do with them? I'm curious what everybody else is doing because it's just tough. So anyway, we're going to go ahead here, and I like to handwrite in my days, so I'm going to do that. And then I like to use the date stickers that I get out of the Happy Planner dated book, and I like to use those to put in these little circles here because it's easier to see and it just kind of looks better than my handwriting. So I'm going to put those in now. But I'm curious, how is everyone else using their Live Rich planner? Are you enjoying it? Do you find it to be too robust for you? I'm curious what everybody else's thoughts are on this, because I like the planner. It is a bit robust. There are a few areas where I sit and go, I don't really know what to use with that section, like how the personal finance spread for me in the beginning, because I just don't like the idea of carrying around my finances. I don't know. It's just I guess the environment that I live in that I don't want somebody walking up to my planner and being like, oh, let's see. Because, you know, it's one thing to see what I'm doing for the day, because that I don't really care about, but to actually know, you know, what I'm spending my money on, I don't think I'm ready to share that with anybody other than, you know, my husband. So I don't know. My Live Rich planner lives at home in a drawer that we both have access, or not my Live Rich planner, sorry, my budget planner lives at home in a drawer that we both have access to, so that way, if any of us have any question as to, you know, what are we spending our money on, well, we just go look. It's right there. It's available, you know. There is no, oh, well, I didn't know you spent, because it's right there. So you know, it's available. So I'm going to put in the weather here at the top. I did like using that. That kind of got funny, but that's okay. Does anybody do drawings in their planners, or is everybody like kind of into stickers? Is what another thing I'm curious about, because I've wanted to try to draw, but I am honest, I am just not really that much of a decorative type. I'm not very good at that. So I can lay down stickers. I don't always get them in the best places, as you saw for last week, where it kind of irritated me a little bit, but it's all right. We move forward, right around it, kind of grumble as we do, but that's okay. Let's see, 88 and 67. Oh, I kind of like the way that looks better. Didn't think of doing that. I have all the weather and everything written down on a pad over here next on the other side of me off camera, so that way I know what I'm supposed to, well, what the weather is going to be, so I know what to write down, so that I don't have to keep referring and looking it up and trying to figure that out. I have a new cover on its way for my planner. I'm really excited about that. I can't wait for it to get here. I ordered it a couple of days ago. I'm just waiting for it to ship. I think that's going to be pretty awesome when I get that. Because, I mean, the cover is nice on this planner. It's just the corners get stuck in my bag because there's some mesh pockets in my bag. And it gets stuck on the mesh pockets all the time. So that kind of drives me a little bit nuts. But other than that, you know, the cover seems to be okay. I mean, it's holding up fairly well. I don't know how well it's going to do for a whole year. But it is holding up so far. I mean, and the corners are bending a little bit. But these hard edges are what kind of, I wish they were rounded. I might take a pair of scissors to them and kind of round that out a little bit. But I haven't done that yet. So on the 27th, my dogs need their flea and tick meds, so I'm going to put that down here at the bottom just so that I remember to do that. And then on Wednesday, we put our trash out. So I'll put that down there. These are just kind of my reminders that I put down at the bottom. And then on Friday mornings, I like to go grocery shopping, so we'll put that there. And on Saturday, I am supposed to go shopping with my sister. So I'm going to put a sticker down here. And we'll use the pink pen for that. And I'll just mark that there. That way I don't forget. And then we are going to run these two washi here. If the camera zooming in on that. There we go. We're going to use these two washi here to mark my time at work. Well, I'm going to, if I can find the edge of this. Let's see. We could sit here and spin all day. That's one of the most annoying things about washi is that it's hard to get it to open when you're not really sure where the edge is. There we go. Okay. And we'll put this down. Ooh, not there. Right across here. And then cut it with this little bookmark here. So we use that one at the top, and then we'll use this gold one at the bottom. These are new washi that I haven't used before, so I thought we'd go ahead and try them. Try the gold and yellow colors this week. I haven't done a gold and yellow spread in a long time. Oh, that does not want to just rip. Hold on a second. I might need to get my, I need to get my knife here. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. There we go. Now it's cut. Wow. It's the first washi I've ran across that would not just tear, but I guess because it's a foil. I haven't used a foil washi before, I don't think. If I have, it's been a while. It doesn't really wrap back up very well, but that'll do. So anyway, after that little fiasco there, that marks my work hours. And then I think I'm gonna leave this spread pretty basic this week and just kind of see what happens, since last week I ran into the issue of having stickers in a place that I didn't need, and it was just kind of a pain. So I think that this week, this is what I'm gonna do. Maybe I could use a highlighter to mark off dinner times. Yeah, I think maybe I will do that. I haven't used highlighters in this spread in a long time. So I did a pen test of them and that was it. You know, I just kind of left it at that. I think maybe I'll try this yellowy gold looking color here. I have no idea what color that is, but I don't know how to color that right. Yeah, it's like a gold color. We'll do that. Oh, I need my ruler. Okay, so we're going to highlight dinner here, which is I usually like to do dinner at about 5 o'clock. do that. And dinner is usually about an hour, hour and a half from the time that I start cooking till it's done. So I'll just mark it for an hour and see how that goes for this week. And we'll try that. It didn't bleed too bad, just a little bit. That's one thing that I really can't stand in planners is when the colors bleed through and come onto the other side of the paper. So Thursday and Friday we'll mark dinner at 5 as well. And then Saturday and Sunday I don't mark dinner because it just depends on what we're doing. Sometimes we're home, sometimes we're out and about. It all just depends. So I don't like to put a specific time on eating for the weekends, because it just depends. There we go. I wonder if I use the other side of this marker, if that might be a little bit better than using that. Yeah, that's a little bit easier. Who knew? Okay, so we'll do that. There we go. And then we will write, I don't know if I want to write dinner in there or if I want to write the meal in there. I think I'm going to leave that and put a dinner sticker there. Yeah, I kind of like just writing down in my planner what I actually ate for dinner, so that way we know when we've had it, what we had that day, when was the last time we had it. So I just grabbed that sticker out of the Happy Planner house chore book, I think it was called, and it just says dinner time on it, so that way I know that's what the gold means, is dinner time. And then breakfast and lunch, we all eat at varying times, so I don't like to mark that in the planner. And that kind of wraps it up for this week. That's all that I have going on. So next week I will show you a recap of what I ended up doing with this spread here, since I left it a lot more white space than I normally do. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see more content like this or of other kinds, please subscribe. And if you have any comments or suggestions, please leave that in the section below.